Hi everyone, it's Christina from the DIYmommy.com, and today I want to show you 4 easy but beautiful DIY gifts you can make with items from the Dollar Tree. My thought was to put all of these handmade gifts in a gift basket and give them to someone for Christmas, but really you could make these for anybody at any time of the year. Let's get started. So I went to my local Dollar Tree and picked up a whole bunch of items that were $1.25 here in Canada. In the US, these would all be $1 each. The first DIY I want to show you is a beautiful marbled mug. This is Anthropology inspired. So I grabbed some nail polish. I had this on hand, but you can find some at the Dollar Tree. And I put a few drops of it in a little bucket of water. So I just had this metallic pink, and then I'm using some of this metallic teal color, and you just have to drop it just randomly in the water. I filled my water to be about 3 to 4 inches from the bottom of this bucket, and then I gave it a good stir with an old paintbrush. Then you just take your Dollar Tree mug and you swirl it into the water just like this, and when you pull it out, you're going to get this beautiful marble effect. Once the mug is dry, then you just have to brush it with some Mod Podge to keep the design nice and in place. And then just make sure when you give this away as a gift to tell the recipient to only hand wash it, because then it will stay nice and beautiful. I really love how this one turned out, and it was such a simple DIY. The next one I'm going to show you is a custom notebook. So you just take a really simple notebook like this from the Dollar Tree. It was $1.25. And then I found this beautiful watercolor floral wrapping paper at the Dollar Tree as well. I traced the cover of my notebook onto the wrapping paper, and then I just cut the shape with my scissors just like this. So you're going to cut 2 pieces of wrapping paper that are the size of the front and back of your notebook cover. After you've cut them, just make sure that they're approximately the size of the front and back of your notebook cover. You can also trim these pieces once they're on your notebook. Then take some Mod Podge. I used matte Mod Podge because I like the sheen of it, and take a foam brush and brush it all over the front cover of your notebook just like this. And then I took my piece of cut wrapping paper and I put it on top of the Mod Podge on top of the notebook cover, and just smooth it out with your hand just like this. You might notice some wrinkling as the Mod Podge is drying, but once the Mod Podge dries completely, your wrapping paper should be nice and smooth. I also fixed up any little spots with my foam brush and my extra Mod Podge. Then just continue this with the back of the notebook, so just spread Mod Podge all over the back of the notebook with your foam brush, and then put the wrapping paper in place and smooth it out with your hands. So once these covers are completely dry, give it at least an hour. You can take some more Mod Podge and just spread it over top of the paper like this, and that just kind of holds everything in place and gives the notebook a nice sheen. After this, I found some white duct tape at the Dollar Tree, and I just measured it out to be the length of the spine of my notebook like this. Place the notebook over top, covering about half of the tape with it, and then press the tape down and fold it over like this to create a new spine. They also had different colors at the Dollar Tree of duct tape, and I just like this white one because it matched nicely with my floral wrapping paper. You can trim off any excess duct tape with your scissors once you finish applying the duct tape, just like this. I also found these nice stencil looking letters at the Dollar Tree in the craft section, and I made this into a personalized monogram notebook by placing one of those letters on it, just like this. I think this is a really sweet and simple gift, and it would be great for almost anybody. Next, I'm going to show you how to make an embellished beanie, or a toque as we call them here in Canada. So I got this really plain black beanie at the Dollar Tree, and then I found these beautiful glass pearls. I love how they come in different sizes, so I used the biggest one and then the second smallest for this project. Then I just took a needle and thread and I chose a random spot for my first large bead, and I sewed it in place just like this. I sewed my thread through the bead about 3 times, and then I just secured everything with a nice knot at the back. So I put a whole bunch of the larger beads like this randomly across the toque, and then I took the smaller beads and I just picked out some random spots for those in between the larger beads and sewed those on as well. I think an embellished toque like this is really, really cute, and it would make a great gift for a child or an adult. And you can find really expensive ones like this in store, and this one only cost me $2.50 Canadian. Just make sure when you're sewing on the beads to tie them really, really well at the back so that everything stays nicely in place. Again, this one would be great if you hand washed it rather than put it in the washing machine, so make sure to tell your recipient that when you give it to them. And here's how the pearl embellished beanie or toque turned out. Finally, I want to show you how to make some cozy faux fur pom-pom slippers. I loved how these turned out. So I found this eyelash yarn at the Dollar Tree for, again, $1.25 or $1 in the US, and I'm just wrapping it around my hand just like this. I wrapped it about 100 times around my hand to make a really nice fluffy pom-pom base. You can wrap it more or less if you want a fuller or a smaller looking pom-pom. This is completely up to you, but I really love how big and fluffy these pom-poms turned out at the end by wrapping this yarn around my hand like this about 100 times. So after you wrap it around, just cut it just like this, and then take a piece of extra yarn that's about 12 inches long. Carefully pull that wrapped yarn off of your hand and then tie the excess piece around the center of that loop really tightly. Do a nice square knot, so tie it once and tie it twice and tie it as tightly as you can, and then you're going to cut the loops of yarn with some nice sharp scissors just like this and fluff it and cut it as you go. After you cut all the loops in your pom-pom, you're going to take your scissors and trim the pom-pom to make it look nice and circular and even. So here's how my fluffy faux fur pom-pom turned out. Love these things. I could think of other applications for these pom-poms as well. And I took these slippers I found at the Dollar Tree, super simple little slippers, and I sewed the pom-poms onto the top of the slippers just like this. I used a needle and thread and just sewed the center of my pom-pom onto the top center of my slipper. I sewed it about 5 or 6 times, making sure it was nice and secure, and once the pom-pom was secure on the top of the slipper, I turned this top of the slipper upside down and sewed a couple nice solid knots so that the pom-pom wouldn't fall off. And again, these ones are definitely hand wash only, so make sure your guest or your recipient knows that when you give it to them. So do the same thing with the second slipper, and then you're all done. Your really adorable pom-pom faux fur slippers. I loved these ones and I can't wait to give them as a gift. They're so soft and cute, and I just love how these pom-poms turned out with this Dollar Tree yarn. So you could put all 4 of these gifts in a beautiful festive gift basket if you want. I think they all go together. They all kind of are like a cozy hygge sort of gift with the coffee mug and the journal and the slippers and the hat. And then you can add some Dollar Tree Christmas ornaments to make it look even more festive, or you can just give them on their own. It's totally up to you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed these DIY Dollar Tree gift ideas. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below which DIY was your favorite. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.